the street. The waves of dirt, cars, tires, making beats. Harsh smells lancing off dirty windows. Pinched cigarette butts fly from tinted windows. These humans crush my carapace.
They will pay. Fleshy skin cases.
You look down on my humble 6 legs.
I'll bite your heels.
Once I'm ahead.
Dark nights and hot, humid days. I hide in cracks, holes, and expressways. I start to grow just 1 inch. You jump back shrieking from a pinch.
I bite you now while you still don't care. I'm tiny, you giant, cause you just don't care. But I'm growing humans while you stay at 5 feet. I'm getting stronger, my steps are faster, my 6 feet. 1 inch taller each day. I drip the acid of my vengeance to pay. Each day my kind grow more in numbers. We'll destroy you humans with our superior numbers. You'll pay this day for taking us too lightly. Our wings shimmer slowly, even brightly.
Black legs, 6 strong and menace. I round the corners no longer with cowardly premise. Our numbers expand with leaps and bounds. A splash of wicked eyes
Stare you down.
The neighbors cry out that we cockroach are getting bigger. Some even say we pursue the trigger, but we hide back in the sewer grate. Our time has yet to arrive, it is not time to break. 2 inches as we stand above the mice. A small child runs from our formation, tears of fright. A careless step fails to smash my shell. A grimace and scream, no death to tell.
My army takes the sleeping man. His screams of terror barely expand. The skinny cat never sees my claws. Its sly smile ends as it tests its claws.
We strike it down with few losses. We are legion, bloody causes. A vacant building teems with our forces. Long dead corpses are served as morsels.
We stream from doors and windows down the street. A lonely lady loses her feet.
We eat her whole
as she descends as our meat. Screams erupt as we march the street.
3 inches we rise
as we grow.
Our numbers are vast.
Foolish humans
exponentially
we grow.
Our hooks and sights swing and fangs cut. Our bites don't itch now,
they cut.
Flesh comes off legs and even hips. We rip down 2 men as they run through the heat.
A jogger falls in a bank of grass. We consume and munch his little ass. A cry out of the town says we have become too much. We invade and kill on a yellow bus.
4 inches tall and we are continent.
Big as hell and confident.
We grow at will and rise in ranks.
Our carapaces are black, gray, and red and taint.
Bloody pulls a left as we eat the weak. The people run and lock their feeble retreats. That will not save you.
Silly humans.
A burrowing kind will dig into your cabinets.
From your walls we burst out.
Hands block our entry but are eaten out.
Babies cry as the flesh is consumed.
Little children run as our feet chase them.
Men with hoses try to make us drown.
How dare you frown?
We are not the weaklings you once squashed.
We are legion,
an army from out of the lost.
We gleam black,
reflected by moonlight as we destroy the street lights so you cannot see.
I see a black death racing from block to block. Our music is agony,
sounds that rock.
For when we meant nothing you scoffed at our mere presence. Now your screams of terror are our most prized presents.
5 inches tall, we stretch our backs up.
6 legs of muscles,
a small cat's height.
I knock down a dog as it snarls at my face. My claws rips open innards as I taste sour trace. Heavy tanks move into our midtown territory to crush our uprising and think us toys.
Bullets ricochet off my carapace. The toxic slug I ate has made me gray.
My blood is radioactive and makes the humans retch as they puke. We pull them down to feast.
Rapid bullets barely stop our march. Our flying corp cut off heads in camouflage helmets.
Grenades land and don't make me flinch. My legs are metal,
strong at every inch.
My yell splits the concrete and erupts from the dirt.
Trees fall over and crush the running feet.
8 inches tall,
and I grow some more.
I knock down the hiding
humans' doors.
Your guns don't hurt me, you stupid flesh.
Your skin tastes good as I eat your sin.
Cars crash and flip over my size.
I shoot green lasers from my multi-eye.
My beams fry so soldiers as they try to form.
Tanks flip over as my own insect tank foam.
We lavish barrels of human flesh.
Lava blood in our veins, course in streams.
The lamentations of human cries.
The city is ours as the population dies.
1 foot, we finally reach. My soldiers stand tall,
No longer at humans' feet. Feel our thrones rush over city borders. Humans fall, and our soldiers crush them like boulders. The humans' armies fall by the wayside. A slash through metal as my titanium claws rise. The country reels as we march on the humans' Scrappy. Hi, Queen Angel here. Welcome back to Game Double Tap.
Greetings, Dawncasters. The creatures of night have fallen asleep, and the heroes of dawn have awakened by their magical alarm clocks. It is time for you, Dawncaster, to step forward and protect the realm from evil. Welcome, Dawncaster. And we have an extra episode for you Dawncaster lovers today here on Whammo Wednesday. Usually I play a lot of audio games, war game. I have a lot of different genres that are for each day of the week. So on Wednesdays we do audio games, we do war games, we do cozy sort games like Cozy Sort Studio, Glory Frontline. We play a lot of games. That somebody did recently ask, what group games are there? I just wanted to get some of this out of the way, but try Glory Frontline. It's a good combo game. And there are some really cute Trivial Pursuit style games that you can also play with friends that are quite fun. And you can kind of do it over FaceTime audio or whatever form you'd like to do it over. There aren't a lot of kind of progressive, or that's not the word I'm looking for. There are not a lot of collaborative RPG or roguelike games. I'd love to see someone create a game where you can play together. Now, actually, I'm gonna say I'm wrong. There is an RPG that you can collaborate and do a little PvP. That's Asmar Quest. Again, it's a sweet developer, really, really nice guy. Check out Asmar Quest. I do know I haven't done it on the channel in a minute, and I will. I just haven't got back to it right now, but I will be sweeping back. At least once a year, I try to play every game I've ever played on the channel, at least once a year. If there's a game I've ever played on the channel, I try to replay it again. I can't promise I'll play every game every week. There's just too many games. There's hundreds of games that are on this channel. Again, go back and watch some of my playlists. If there's a game you really like that you've heard me play, go back in my playlist. And I know I've dumped a few playlists, but mind you, I'm going to be collecting them into much more fun and immersive playlists so that you get exactly what you're looking for, whether it's a bunch of roguelikes, a bunch of RPG dungeon crawlers, a bunch of survival games, maybe some cozy games, some sleepy time games. I'm trying to create a channel playlist selection that fits your needs. So whatever you're feeling like, you'll be able to enjoy that aspect of my channel. And while we're going through this construction, I appreciate your patience. And I also want to welcome, we just had another new subscriber. Again, I have the person's name. I'm going to do what Queen Angel suggested, and I'm going to announce people who have joined the channel. Also, I want to start giving you some details about what we're going to be doing when we get membership set up. So hopefully when we reach 500 subs, we'll be able to start our membership. There'll be bonus videos. I don't know if I'll be able to stream. I had a gentleman recently, the gentleman who reached out to me on how to stream as a visually impaired person, please reach back out to me at gamedoubletap@gmail.com. I'm sorry, I'm terrible at Discord. Absolutely horrible. I apologize. But reach out to me on email. I'm reasonably certain I'll be able to figure out what we're talking about here. But I just wanted to thank you for your assistance with helping me try to do some streaming as a visually impaired person. A lot of people don't know I'm visually impaired, so sometimes when I'm not able to do certain things that aren't accessible to me, or because I'm just completely just unable to do it because of my technology levels, that's me personally. It's not the app, it's me. I'm just bad at stuff like that. I do want to let you know, thank you for understanding. I don't like to be corrective. If people treat me normally, that's the way I like to be treated. I don't really care if there's something I can't do. If I can't do it, I'll figure out a way to do something different, or I'll figure a workaround. So I just wanted to mention those aspects. I'm trying to be a little bit more proactive and also answering comments, especially when a new game comes out or there's a big X-Pack or update or whatever, or if there's a nice big bug fix. I hope I can start responding to comments. I know YouTube suggests I respond to comments as quick as possible. I'm terrible at that, and I do apologize. Anyway, now we're done with our apology fest, and I've already kind of given you an update with what's going on with the channel. And also, if you like how the channel is sounding now, we just got a brand new microphone. It's a Rode microphone. The specs, I'll have Monarch put it in a Discord if you're looking to get one yourself. I'll have Monarch put it in his notes. So Monarch, I'll drop you the information about the microphone. If anybody asks what kind of microphone I have, if you can let them know what it is in our Discord. And yes, you can find links to some of my most important social media in my community section. I don't know why that works for me, but it seems to work for me. And thank you, Monarch, for giving me that forever link to my Discord. So Monarch does my Discord. He's my moderator. Thank you to Madmus, who is the one who gave me permission to join and make my Discord part of his server. Excuse me. I want to thank him too, as also because he's basically like my sponsor. So yeah, you can always come to my Discord if you're looking for information. I don't know how big the conversation is on my Discord. Maybe it's big, maybe it's nothing. I don't know. But please go there and talk and chat and offer some information. You can also drop some really cool comments. I'm not big on talking about my audio, but that it sounds real good right now, I don't mind talking about it. I did say thank you to Queen Angel for technical support. Thank you to Bree. We just got 3 new thumbnails for the channel. I am working on possibly a new thumbnail for Dawncaster. I'd like to do a Nexus of Nightmares thumbnail. Again, thumbnails are not free. Usually they run me roughly $30 to $40. I'm not an artist, so I do hire an artist to do the thumbnails. And if you'd like to contribute toward that, you can reach out to me. I'll put some links in my community section for my PayPal and my Cash App. We'll also have some other services that you'll be able to use, but I haven't set those up yet. What else is going on? Nexus of Nightmares has been absolutely fantastic. Just buttery smooth juiciness, extreme accessibility. A couple of little bugs. The non-card dealing bug has come back. Every time we get a huge update, we get the non-card dealing bug. Basically, your deck won't move forward. Your turns won't continue. It stops. It goes away if you stop the app, force close it, and then restart the app. It starts back up. Usually the way to get around that bug is do not do the whatever encounter crashed your game, just skip that encounter because it's going to crash again. Again, this is a bug that occurs once in a blue moon. It's not enough for me to even mention to the devs. They know about it. It's usually fixed after a couple of revolutions. And again, Rick van der Wal is not a person I need to tell about problems. He fixes them right away. He has a very, very, very strong progressive way of developing games, and he fixes everything very quickly. I'm not here to tell him how to do his job. He already does it. It's my job to do my own job, entertaining you. Also, if you are looking for a way to support not just me, but developers, there's some really simple ways to do it. You can pick up their apps in the App Store. You can rate them. You can buy their aftermarket products like their in-app purchases, pay to fund, PTF, and you can also join their Discord communities, and you can be a proactive, responsible, respectful person to them. Those are really positive ways. And kind of like ancillarily to supporting developers, you can support YouTube content creators like myself, Game Double Tap, who promote their game by liking my videos, leaving comments, blowing it up. Those are really good ways to support developers. I know you're like, well, that supports you. Well, that's why you're here, right? To support me. But you can also support the developer by liking my videos. And that's just a really positive way to make sure that what you love about the game is going to continue to happen, because the developer has support from the public, and that gets them what they need financially to be able to create more games, make more beautiful updates like none. And also you'll get to know that Dawncasters is also on Steam, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're a PC user, you can pick it up on Steam. Somebody can let me know in the comments. I do believe it's on Android as well. So iOS and Steam are all that I know for sure. But I do believe Dawncaster is on Android as well. I'll have to double check that. What else is going on? I've been experimenting. Today we're going to be playing the rogue or the thief. I like to call it the thief, but it's a rogue. Thief, rogue, it's all the same thing. So it's a scrap deck, I call it. And I think in the title I put down the scrap rogue. Scrappy rogue. I guess I'm going to give it nicknames because I'm just feeling that way. Absolutely so deep. Talk about so many layers to that deck. This deck I'm playing today. So I thought I'd quickly go over the cards in the deck. And since I can't stop speech, I'm going to let you hear I'm going to just talk about the cards in the deck, and I'm not going to go through each and every one, but you'll hear me play it. Today we're not doing a tutorial. We're going to be doing a playthrough. So that's why I'm running, talking. The music is from Dawncaster. The developer's name is Rick van der Wal, as I said. You can definitely join their Discord community. But what I'm going to be trying to do today is get through some of the levels. I do believe I'm in swamps. And if I mispronounce a card, a developer's name, a description, a mechanic. Okay, first, please take it easy, all right? I will make mistakes. I'm human. But you can come to my Discord if you're not sure what I meant by something. Please, Monarch's looking for something to do. Like, not enough of you go to my Discord. And also, you can contact me, but don't contact me by email for talking about some mistake I made. I'm not likely to read that. What you can do is comment in a nice way. But you can also go to my Discord and Monarch will straighten you out. Monarch's incredibly genius and can easily figure out what you're asking about or what I meant. So he'll go back and figure out what you're looking for, and you'll get the answers you're looking for. Also, my number one channel commenter, Heather, is always surfing around somewhere, and Heather can help you if you're not kind of sure what I meant. Heather pretty much knows the in and outs of my channel, and she's a channel friend. I have a couple other channel friends who are really good at explaining what we're doing. For all you who are new to the channel, I just want to let you know I am very, very happy to have you here. Thank you for joining. And don't leave now. Even if there's a game you don't like that I play that's boring or I talk too much, please don't leave. Just keep me as a subscribed channel. Because when we get into memberships, we're going to be expanding this empire and we're going to make this channel really awesome. We're going to try to stream, which is really hard to do, by the way. And we're going to try to have certain things outside of the channel that we do. And also, if you stay tuned to my conversations, I'll be telling you about the new channel coming that will run side by side with this channel. So we'll have somebody to jog with, which is really fun, by the way. I really like jogging with people. A friend of mine used to do some tandem jogging. I was always a little like, don't want to do it, but if you're looking here in Midtown Dungeons, there's actually some people that will jog with you. If you're blind, they'll tether you together and they'll basically jog with you. It's just really fun way to get in shape. Trust me, jogging, if you want to lose a lot of weight, jogging is absolutely your just mic drop. The quickest and most hardcore way to lose weight. I mean, I used to jog when I was in my 40s, and man, I was in dynamite shape back then. But yeah, there's some accessible jogging you can do here in Midtown Dungeons, running from krakens and running from lichkins and escaping ghosts and all kinds of monsters here in the dungeon. You gotta know how to jog and know how to pop those spells and do those charge attacks and all that kind of stuff. No matter what your class, you gotta know what to do. Anyway, enough chit-chatting. Thank you for joining me again. My group 0 people sometimes has music breaks, and I do take breaks to let you hear music, especially if I have to do a quick bio or get a snack. That is my group. Queen Angel and me are the members of that group. And if you'd like to donate to us, you can also find a link in the description, as well as the link to Dawncaster. But with all that said, I think we're good to go. If I have an intro, and I don't think I do, but if I did put an intro in, it would be right here. But if not, let's go.
Stockpile. Dex 1.
All right.
Whenever you create a
I'm
bomb,
going to talk
upgraded by
about my
2.
deck real quick.
Flying carpet. Neutral 3.
Flying
Activate.
carpet.
Gain. Stockpile. Dex
Stockpile.
1. Whenever. Weathered hide. Dex
Weathered
1.
hide.
This combat. Whenever you play or discard
Enchantment.
it. Barbed snares.
Barbed
Neutral
snare.
1. This combat. When the
Very
foe plays a card
good
that was not in their
card.
boots of speed.
Boots of
Neutral
speed.
1. Activate to
Great
gain 1.
card.
Healing potion. 1 use. Live wire. Dex 1.
Live
Activate.
wire
Add a
is
snare
a
to your
new
foe's deck and upgrade all
card.
snares
Live
by discard's
wire.
durability.
Live wire
Durability
is a
increases for every
great
card
new
scavenged. Free
card.
durability equipment. Uncommon.
But what
Green.
it does
Tooltips. Unique.
is it
You can only
drops-
play one card with this
it
name for combat.
drops,
All enchantments are unique. Durability. The number of times equipment can be activated before it's depleted for the
drops
remainder of
traps in the
combat.
enemy's
Scavenge.
deck.
Scrapnel. Dex 1. This
Scrapnel,
combat. Whenever you add a
enchantment.
come get me. Dex 1.
Come
Gain
get
1
me.
evasion. Ambush. Add 2 snares to the foe's deck. Reliable
That's a
action.
snare.
Common. Green. Dewire. Discard a card. Add snares to your foe's deck equal to the card's cost
Dewire,
action.
nice.
Common. Grappler. Upgrades plus
Grappler
5.
is
Neutral
my
1.
main
Deals
weapon.
star damage. Grappler. Junkyard. Pitch. Junkyard. Dex 1. Start of turn. Add 1 junk
Junkyard,
card to your scrap pile.
I think it's
Upgradable. Starts in play
automatically
location. Common.
in play.
Green. Tooltips. Unique. Pitch. Discard a
Pitch
card.
is
Reduce
a
the cost of the
nice
card in hand
card.
equal to its cost action.
Drop
Common.
snares.
Rummage. Dex 1.
Rummage
Scavenge 1.
is a
Upgradable.
scavenge
Charges.
card.
Surge of dexterity.
Search,
Gain deck. View your scrap.
search.
View deck.
Okay, so I it's really hard to talk because voiceover is talking at the same time, but I just want to mention the cards that really make this deck strong. And this deck is still evolving. When I make a Dawncaster deck, you'll really only get a few cards to start off in the beginning. You basically get a concept, you get a special, you get a couple of really interesting cards, you get a basic attack card, either ranged or melee or something to that effect. And from there, you have to kind of create your build. You have to form your build. And in this deck is a ranged deck, but it's also got the little traps that you put in the enemy's deck. Now, they have a certain name. I'm always forgetting. But putting those traps in the enemy's deck and having them stumble over those traps at the right moment can make a huge difference. But this is also a scrap deck, so it has like a little junkyard that you interact with. Now, I am not 100% great at knowing exactly when my scrapyard cards are going to come into effect. Junkyard, scrapyard. I don't even have all the terminology perfect. Now, there are people who play this game who can tell you everything. But the good thing about Dawncaster is you can see your entire deck by activating the deck menu selections. You can also see your scrapyard in that same menu. So you never have to worry about what cards that you're going to be interacting with because the UI has functionality for you to figure out what cards are going to do. So with this deck, I've learned to put certain cards into my scrapyard because you don't want to put every card into your deck because it's super easy to go back and forth between your scrapyard and your main deck. This deck tends to run really fast, so you don't want it to be much bigger than 21, 22 cards. I would have to say anything over that is slow. Also, I'm not an expert when it comes to the Scrappy Rogue, the Scrap Rogue, or whatever you want to call this rogue. And I'm also not an expert when it comes to snares. I love snares. Now, mind you, I've never gotten a snare deck that could beat the game. I've gotten close. I've gotten to maybe the second to last zone hub, but no, the final creatures are so broken. They're so OP. They usually look at me and go, ha 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 ha, loser, snare deck. And they just laugh at me, slap me upside my face, turn me around, kick me in the ass, and send me out. Yeah, I usually get totally bowled over by the end creatures. And that's as it should be. You only get to beat the game if your deck is good enough. This is a game that requires a lot of forethought. And then while you play, you have to have foresight to make sure you get out of trouble if you're having too much problems. You got to know which bosses to avoid, which mid bosses, which mini bosses to ignore, what mobs not to fight. And you got to manage your health, your money, and your deck. And it's all a symbiotic process, the before mentioned. And if you do it wrong, for instance, if you make your deck too unwieldy, it's going to slow you down and you're not going to be able to react quick enough to defeat a certain creature. If your deck is too one-dimensional, you're going to lose because you're going to reach a creature that can't be killed with basic attacks. Like, you always have to have a card that can slay enemies. You need to have cards that heal you. You need to have cards that can reverse negative magical effects. You just can't beat the game on any advanced difficulty without cards that can handle all three of the before mentioned. So I'm playing the game on challenging because normal is not worth it. I don't like to beat any monster, especially in an expansion, unless I can beat that monster on a fair battleground. I want that monster to have every chance to defeat me. So my new rule is I play on challenging or higher difficulty. Now, if you're new to the game, you do not have to play challenging because it's very difficult. Also, Synthesis is the most difficult card set to deal with. It's got a lot of poison, contamination, a bunch of... It's hard. If you're really having a lot of trouble and you're new to the game, just turn off Synthesis. Synthesis is very difficult. Now, I leave it on because it makes my game shorter, because Synthesis creatures will sometimes wreck your ass. So I rather know my deck is weak, right away. So I make sure, again, to review, turn your difficulty up if the game's too easy. Leave Synthesis in if you want to challenge. So that's two layers of challenge. And number 3, don't avoid the harder areas. One of the new things is that we have Nexus of Nightmare zones. And there's a new NPC who sells you some expensive customizable gear for your current cards. And this woman can upgrade all your cards with some super cool, I want to call them like prefixes, basically. She can really enhancements, specialties for your cards. Like, she can give your cards all kinds of effects and basically customize your cards in so many amazing ways. You unlock her And again, I thought that there's an unlockable class, but I think the teaser was that we were going to unlock a special person to help us. And I think it's the lady from the dream world. Her name is Natalie or something. Somebody can give the correct NPC name in the comments. But yeah, she's awesome. But you got to have lots of money. And money is not something that is kind of like easy to come by in None or Dawncaster as a game in whole. You got to really earn it. And the thing about money in this game is you're either going to spend it at the blacksmith or you're going to spend it in the shops. Usually you're strong enough to not need to spend it at the inn. As a last resort, usually I have to sleep at the inn and pay money. That's only if I am in really deep trouble. For the most part, you're going to want to get abilities that make all inns or sleeping situations heal you to full. Also, a really important thing is to get the ability to heal to max and get 50 gold from killing a boss. Those are two of the most important ways to save money and make money. I do that all the time. I always, even if I love a new cool roguelike ability coming, I'm always going to err on the side of survival. This is a game that requires you to keenly focus on your survival. You can be strong, but if you run in the enemy, just like in D&D, I've had people play D&D, and as a dungeon master, I have a little trick, and this is something they teach you as a dungeon master. You don't have to kill everybody every encounter. Just wear them down. Just keep putting monsters that tap their resources. They're going to overuse their resources if they don't understand how the game works. Now, my advanced players, they never stick around for a fight that's going to exhaust their resources. They'll leave. They'll run away. Because you live to fight another day, and D&D is different. You still get experience for killing monsters even if you didn't win the whole encounter. The point is, don't destroy all of your consumables. Don't expend or consume all of your consumables when you're going to need it for the boss fight later on down the road. I mean, trust me, every dungeon master's got a boss fight coming up for you, or a very, very difficult puzzle. Or worse yet, a gauntlet where multiple monsters, even tiny ones, weak ones, are going to keep attacking you. So that's how I beat my players. They know that, so they don't ever make that mistake. I teach them that lesson very early on. Like, yeah, I could send a giant rat, or I can send several small swarms of rats, and they'll keep using up their consumables until they're out. Now the boss comes. What are you going to do? You're in trouble. So that's the thing about Dawncaster. You can make yourself extremely strong and lose because down the road you're worn out. So in Dawncaster, you can't fight everything sometimes. Sometimes you have to give up. Sometimes you have to avoid certain creatures. But it's going to help you survive. And here's another thing. You got to plan out your campsite stops. So you have to know when's the time. And then you also have to give yourself an amount of HP that you feel comfortable sliding down to. For me, it's about 60 hit points. I don't go below 60. If I'm below 60, it's time for a camp. It's time for an HP pot. It's time for a life, I call it a life sap, but basically a life drink, that heals based on how much damage you do. Also, when you go to, and I should have made this a pro tip episode and just saved you all the time. When you go to the shop, remember, go into the windy encounter. It happens very early on. Walk into the wind, and when you do that, if you walk into the wind instead of hiding from it, you'll get the ability to get a free potion once every visit from the woman who runs the shop. And then get yourself a life drinker potion. This will be something you use when you've got your most dangerous attack up to go. I'm talking about dangerous as in high damage. You take the life drinker potion first, if you can, then you hit the enemy with a very high damage attack. You will do damage. Even if you kill the enemy, you'll still get that health back. Also, always have at least 2 HP pots in your deck. one for an encounter, because there's a lot of encounters that involve an HP pot. Then always have one just to top yourself off. And try not to drink it until its bonus activity is up. So if you're a sighted person, you're not going to see bonus. I think for sighted people, you see the potion or the card glowing. For us visually impaired, Rick van der Waal has made it really cool. We will hear the term bonus. That means the card has a special enacted mode or active mode, which gives us a bonus. And it's explained by the card. Also, check the codex if you want to know what cards do. By the way, the codex in this game is absolutely fantastic. And if there's some cards you don't understand and you don't want to do it while you play, read the entire codex. There's thousands of cards. You can also go to Dawncaster's Discord. If you're not really, you really don't understand what a card does, they have an entire part of their Discord that explain to you what a card does. And trust me, these moderators know exactly what the cards do. So don't feel bad. My rule is I don't like to know what a card does from help. I like to figure it out. Now, if I absolutely can't stand it, the torture of not knowing what a card does, I will basically ask for a comment for anybody who knows what this card does. But yeah, you can go to the Discord community, and that's what I want every one of my subscribers, all 382 of you, I want you to join this Discord community. In fact, any game I play, I strongly encourage you to join their Discord community. All right, we're going to take a quick little break because I wanted to get all the talking out of the way so we can play. Let me make a quick bio break. I will be... actually, I'll play you a little music, and then I will be right back. Okay, I'm going to play you my new arcade song. It was inspired by when I was a 15-year-old after high school playing video games, okay? Thank you to Queen Angel. This is Zero People. The app we use for a lot of our work is Suno, but that's not the only app we use. Just in case you wanted to know, let's go ahead. I'm going to let you hear that real quick. Give me 1 second.
Surge of Dexterity. Gain Dex and Conjure. Rummage. Dex 1. Scavenge 1. Upgradable. Charges. 3/3 action. Rummage. Dex 1. Rummage. Dex 1. Scavenge 1. Upgradable. Charges. 3/3. Rummage. Dex 1. Scavenge 1. Upgradable. Charges. Surge of Dexterity. Gain. Close deck list.
Okay, I'm
Show deck. Cards currently in deck 17. Show deck. Cards currently in deck 17.
Give me 1 second. Sorry, it's my microphone's at the bottom of my phone. It makes it a little hard to swipe up.
Show deck. Cards currently in deck 17.
It makes it hard.
Show deck. Cards currently in deck 17. Use weapon power junk weapon activate to gain 2 health for each card in your scrap pile. Passive. You may add cards from card.
Okay.
App switcher.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Messages. Active.
It makes it really hard when I'm trying to swipe up.
Messages. Active. Messages. Active. Swipe up with 3 fingers. Messages. Active. Messages. Active. Dawncaster. Active. Swipe up with 3 fingers to close the app. Swipe up or down to select a custom action. Player goal 21.
Okay.
Home. Dawncaster.
Okay, finally.
Double tap to open.
It's a little hard when there's a little obstruction at the bottom of your phone because my phone goes to the home screen by swiping up from the bottom. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me put some music on.
Scoundrel.
Give
Double
me
tap to
1
open.
second. I'm going to refill my coffee, take a quick bio, and I'll be right back, and then we'll get into gameplay.
Core quest. Double tap to open.
1 second.
Page 2 of 7. Dungeons. Shoot for the My Noise. Notes. iMovie.
Okay.
Double tap to open.
Let's get going here.
PH Quick Delivery Tips 1. SFTS starting off fast. Start PH Quick Delivery Tips. SFTS Non-Puzzles 1. Robot Survival Ep. Package Hero Basics. Arcade Dream Single Duet.
Okay, Arcade Dreams is the song's name. Here we go.
Arcade Dream Single Duet.
Let me get it started.
Video. Play. Arcade Dreams. 5 minutes. Edit. Button. Back.
And
Projects.
Didn't mean to go back.
Casual Assassin Part 2. SFTS updates fixes quick. Arcade Dream Single Duet. Arcade Dream Single Duet. Arcade Dream Single Duet. Arcade Dream. 5 minutes. Edit. Button. Back.
Okay, there's another bug
Projects.
there.
Arcade Dream Single
You
Duet.
heard that bug?
Arcade
It
Dream Single
switched
Duet.
to edit.
Back. Arcade Dream Single Duet. 5 minutes 50. Edit. Button. Play. Button. Edit. Button.
That back button pops up.
Edit. Play. Button.
That was weird how that back button kept popping
Undo.
up.
Previous clip. Button. Previous clip. Previous clip. Previous
Okay,
clip.
should be ready.
Previous clip.
Okay,
Button.
I will be back.
Play. Button. Pause.
My alarm clock buzzed on my nightstand.
It was another school day in early September.
I lived in San Francisco, California, in the Fillmore district, or you could say the Hayton-Ashbury district. It was time to shake off sleep and make some cereal for breakfast and take a shower.
Before my brothers and sisters got to the bathroom first, I dressed in my worn but comfortable blue jeans and worn t-shirt.
I pulled on my beaten-up Converse brand high tops along with white crew socks.
I stuffed my incomplete homework into my blue backpack and made sure I had the 2 shiny quarters
I needed for bus fare.
Kissed my mom goodbye or just vocalized my farewell and headed out.
I had to catch the bus,
And the bus would not wait,
it was a public bus,
not a yellow bus.
'cause I was almost 16.
As I walked down the cold, foggy sidewalks of Oak Street,
My mind kept reminding me of my dreams.
how I didn't care about high school homework, other students or teachers,
All I cared about was not getting into trouble
and my arcade dreams.
for after school.
My Super Nintendo was lonely at home under my TV stand.
Its colorful graphics called to me.
My sore hands craved the contour of the controllers. My mind thought of strategies to beat my favorite games.
I almost missed my bus, but punched the reinforced glass door, which made the driver open the doors up.
He sighed and complained about my tardy arrival, but let me pay my first quarter of 2 to ride to my high school.
All day long I worked, studied, took tests, listened to lectures,
Dodged bullies,
stared at pretty girls, ran after friends, and finally the final bell rang.
it was time for my real dreams to take place.
My arcade dreams.
Miss Pac-Man called to me from a local store back down the avenues on Jerry Boulevard.
Defender, an over-the-top and hard-as-hell shooter.
Stole my breath away, standing in the entry of a supermarket.
Its demo screen screamed bright reds,
Yellows and blues crashing on top of pre-rendered backgrounds.
black space and dying astronauts made my heart hurt.
I'll save you, boys.
Angry pink, red, yellow, and green ghosts in Miss Pac-Man.
Chased my yellow gobbler.
Through mazes and tunnels.
I'll lose you chumps in the tunnel.
Wow, alright, yeah!
Yippee!
I cleared another level.
My patterns are superb. You can't catch me, monsters. My shooting
Lasers are so cool.
lines of blistering madness, cutting aliens down.
Disintegrating them into triangular pixels.
Riding down to the downtown arcade.
For the main course,
Dragon's Lair, rotting from the Lizard King.
racing games.
Smoking my competition.
I got to live as a race car driver.
My ultimate fantasy. Street Fighter, using the most extreme combo to take down my snarky foe.
Mortal Kombat.
Ripping off heads and committing fatalities.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Playing a hot elf babe
Bending over to blast goblins.
with her sweet face, cocking a cute smirk.
Magic blasting my ears.
Screeching monster and dragon growls.
Ninja warriors.
Cutting down human soldiers and mercenaries.
Get out of my way, meat! I'm a badass!
I cannot be stopped.
My arcade dreams are real.
Each day after school,
I became a different person than I was.
in school,
I was no longer a nerd.
a loser, a weakling.
I was strong, powerful, smart, unstoppable.
I played Galaxian, Pac-Man, Darius,
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Afterburner,
Street Fighter 2.
Donkey Kong,
Mario World.
Space Invader,
Stargate.
Dig Dug,
Mr. Doom.
Ninja Gaiden,
Samurai Showdown.
Take Commander,
Frogger,
Scramble, Ikari Warrior,
Ghosts and Ghouls.
Drum,
Metal
Slow, Tempest,
Moon Buggy.
Control,
Missile Command. I lived in my arcade dreams.
I hope my dreams would never end.
My emotions never met equals.
In the real world, I was told to never cry, never refuse my parents' orders, never expect to be popular,
Never go anywhere but
to a hard, boring blue-collar
job. Never amount to anything.
Never be rich. I was told I was nobody.
But my arcade dreams made me somebody.
I could be great, I could soar.
My heart could race, pulse beat like a drum.
Sweatsuit, my t-shirts back.
Screams of joy crash upon my observers.
I could strive to be something.
I live my arcade dreams each day.
Joy filled my heart.
I could not wait
Each day
to live this dream.
I felt the guilt of missing homework.
Forgetting friends,
Losing out on events and parties. Missing the bus, not being smart, not being taken seriously.
I could forget my real life.
And live my arcade dreams. And nothing could stop me in my dream.
There in my dreams,
I was a god.
and no pain could take me away.
I could live forever.
If I had the right pattern.
Long live.
God, I love that song. Thank you for listening. That's Arcade Dreams. Let me get back to our game here. Yes, I am already topped
switcher.
off.
Dawncaster, active.
Okay.
Swipe. Player goal 21.
We're back.
Direct touch area. Use the roller to enable direct touch for this app.
I got a nice couple of nice fresh Folgers here. I'm a Folgers boy. I'm a simple black coffee lover with a little bit of milk to cut the bitterness down, the acidicness of it down a bit. As Robert Rambles always says, a little coffee with a little milk goes a long way. I drink regular milk. I don't drink 2%. It tastes like garbage. Sorry. I tried to be all diet conscious by drinking 2%. It tastes like crud. I drink whole milk, and it does a great job. Great for my old man joints. That calcium's good for your body. I am not a fan of diet unless it's Diet Pepsi. That's the only thing, though. I drink Diet Pepsi. I don't drink regular soda because it's just too many calories. My metabolism is just not fast enough. I mean, I lift weights, but I don't run cardio. If I did cardio, I could afford to get away with drinking sugary drinks. Though occasionally I do. You know, nothing I like more than a milkshake every now and then, or an energy drink like a Celsius or something. It's really fun. Sometimes, you know, that late night Taco Bell, Mountain Dew, Jack in the Crack, Coca-Cola. That's the shit right there. So good. All right. Again, we have our rogue deck. It's a scrapyard deck, and I don't really have a name for it, so the name keeps changing. But it's a really fun way to play. And I don't want spoilers, so please don't leave in a comment, you did that wrong, you should do this, add this card and you'll win. I'm not looking to win. I'm looking to enjoy the journey. It's about the journey, not the destination.
Show character sheet. Lost Ranger of Campsite, a brief respite from the perils of adventure.
So when we fought the Ranger, the game kind of crashed. I'm afraid of fighting him again because it crashed last time I fought him, and I really don't want to end this episode with a crash.
Area status. Settings. Area Campsite, a brief respite. Lost Ranger affected by torn cloth. You spot a piece of cloth dangling from an gnarly branch.
So I'm going to fight the fairies here, or the pixies, or whatever they are. Let's fight these guys.
Torn cloth. You spot a shred of cloth. You spot a piece of cloth hanging from one of the shred of cloth. You spot a piece of cloth hanging from one of the. Continue. Shred of cloth as you approach. The lights turn into an angry buzz, like a swarm of horns. Defend yourself.
Okay, let's fight these guys. Now, the scrap deck keeps a lot of cards on the field of card play. And that's really dangerous with these fairies, or whatever they're called, because they like to punish you for having too many cards in your hand left over. So that's the one bad thing. This deck does have a weakness. You do maintain a very big hand of cards. So that can be something that's you're gonna be punished for that occasionally.
Shred of cloth. Defend yourself. Enemy gains Noxious Fog enchantment. Enemy gains Ethereal enchantment. You gain 2 poison stacks. You gain Junkyard enchantment. You gain Stockpile enchantment. Your turn. Show deck. Cards currently in deck 10.
So some of the new cards go into play automatically. Love that. So I have a card called Stockpile. Whenever I summon a bomb, it increases its levels by, I think, 2. And I think it's an upgradable card, so you can pretty much go crazy with that card. And then I have Junkyard. I'm still not quite sure what Junkyard does, but it's a card I'm learning. And again, people try to explain to me what cards do. That's not how I learn. The way I learn is by figuring it out on my own.
End turn. Scrapnel. Dex 1.
Okay,
This combat.
Scrapnel?
Whenever you add a junk card to your hand, inflict bleeding equal to its cost enchantment. Uncommon.
I
Green.
think.
Tooltips. Unique. You can only play one card with this name per combat. All enchantments are unique. End turn.
A Scrapnoid is really good. It creates some pretty nasty bleeds, and it works really good with Bard card, and it's just excellent. Also, I just recently added in Contagion or Contamination. That's going to make the status of ailments that my opponent is suffering from even more devastating. And Bard card, it works really great with snares because Bard card says if your opponent uses a card that they didn't start the game with, they get punished with slow and bleeds. Well, all your snares are cards that they didn't start their game with. So they get they not only get punished by the snare, but they get punished by Bard card. So snares do damage. Snares do damage according to how powerful the snare is. But Bard card says, hey, guess what? Not only am I an asshole, I hit you with a snare, but I'm also going to punish you for by activating a card that didn't come with your deck. And you're like, I didn't ask for it. So, but you know, the enemy uses the same thing. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do. The enemy's got far better cards. I mean, I'm going to tell you something right now. You think you have good cards. Some of the NPCs in Dawncaster have just fantastic deck designs. But yeah, I just wanted to briefly mention it. I'm a fanboy all the way, you know. You can tell I'm a fanboy of Dawncaster. But the Bard, that particular snare, and it's a enchantment, so it stays in effect. And it's a good card to pay an enormous fee. It's very expensive to pay for permanent enchants. Oh my God. And again, the price goes up. I have rarely ever gone beyond 3 enchantments, but I want to give you a little trick. One of the dirty, cheap ways to get a free enchant is to talk to the imps flying around. There's a particular imp who will sell you just about any enchant. Not any, I don't know if he does any of the more popular ones, but he'll get you a couple of really cheap enchants, especially if you're a melee fighter. There's a lot of really strong, easy to deal with, easy to understand enchants. But for me, as a kind of a scrap ninja, I am looking for very particular situations, or I'm looking for an enchantment that enhances my playstyle. And my playstyle is to hit really hard with my grappling hooks, and which is the grappler, grapple or whatever, the grapplers. And then I want to enchant, I want to use the blacksmith to increase their power. What am I looking to do? What I'm looking to do is to punish them with my ranged attack, which they can't really dodge. Hit them with my status effects to slow them down, and drop in the snares to finish the job. And that's the whole deck, basically. Everything else is just an intricacy or just kind of like a dazzle or decoration.
Scrapnel. Dex 1. This combat. Whenever you add a junk card to your hand. Dewire. Come get me. Bonus. Surge of Dexterity. Grappler. Upgrade. Player status. Junkyard 1 stack start of turn. Add 1 junk card to your scrap pile. Upgradable.
Okay,
Starts in play.
I'm really looking for the Flying Carpet. Now, the Flying Carpet works very well in almost any deck. The problem is your deck needs to convert its cost to neutral. Not every deck class can do that. I think originally the Flying Carpet was a deck space card, and my Seeker would run the Flying Carpet, and I did some devastating combos with the Seeker. Again, I've done some Flying Carpet stuff. You go back to, I know my playlists are not up yet. I don't have those done yet. I'm still working on it. I was hoping I would get my new Dawncaster, I call it the pile. It's going to be all of my Dawncaster videos from the past. It's going to be an all one big playlist, and you can watch all those. They're really good. I encourage you to watch all those playlists. I hope you have a good time. But I do promise you the pile is coming. By the way, the pile is a way of and I told you I was going to tell you what these shuffling techniques are. The pile is a shuffle. I don't know if you ever played cards as a little kid, but you basically separate a deck of cards into several piles, and then you move those back into the single pile, but you do them in a different order than how you spread them out. And that's the entire shuffle. It's called the pile. And almost every person learns how to do that very simple shuffle early on in life. So basically, when you play cards, it's expected that you will shuffle the deck at least 2 or 3 different ways. If you don't know how to shuffle cards, there's some really accessible YouTube videos out there for the blind, visually impaired. I mean, they have shuffling techniques for everyone. I actually went to a couple videos and they were completely with descriptive audio and everything. They will completely teach you how to shuffle cards. There's so many, and if you really want to show off or sound off, you can actually learn how to do some pretty spectacular shuffling. And it's accessible. I mean, you don't need to be sighted to learn how to shuffle cards. It's just practice makes perfect. Or as my band teacher in high school used to say, perfect practice makes perfect. Because he had to be a dickhead. Sorry, Mr. Pleasure. I wonder how old Mr. Pleasure is now, because I took band for 3 years, I think 4 maybe. And let's see, 14, 15, 16, 17, no, 16, 17, 18. And I had band for 3 years. I graduated from band. Oh my God. My teacher's name was Mr. Pleasure. He was a high school orchestra and band teacher, whatever you want to call them. I think he did a little choir too. Yeah. He could be a nice guy or he could be an asshole sometimes. Depends on if you got on his bad side. But I have to say, the man could teach. He spent time with you. He would teach you. And I played the clarinet. I know. Whamp, whamp, whamp. I wanted to be a sexy saxophone player, you know, like they do in the movies, you know, those old teen rom-coms and romp movies, you know. I wanted to be the saxophone player at a wild ass college girl party and all that stuff, but no, I was the little nerd with the clarinet. Where's my reed? I can't find my reed. I was a damn good clarinet player, though. I was in the orchestra for a short period of time, but I didn't have really the ambition to become an orchestra. What? You know, actually, there's a word for it. I just can't think of it. So, certain instruments, you can become like, it's a certain kind of player or person who implements that kind of instrument. Orchestral? I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, I played at a couple of big venues for my level in San Francisco. The Herbst Theater. Herbst Theater. That's also Symphony Hall or something. Anyway, I can't remember it all. I was very young. And it was fantastic and nerve-wracking. But damn, man, I was good back then, man. I would practice like 2-3 hours a day. I was on my shit right there. I have gotten some great compliments for that. I wish I'd recorded that. I wish I could have got my mom to show up and record it on her tape recorder. She didn't have a camera. I sure couldn't afford one. I didn't have a job. But yeah, we played for important people. Who? I don't remember. But it was fantastic. Just great. Anyway, if you were always wanted to know, yeah, I'm a band geek.
Player enchantment. Stockpile 2 stacks whenever you create a bomb. Upgraded by 2. Upgradable. Area status. Noxious fog inflict 2 poison at the start of combat. Increases by 1 every combat and resets whenever you visit a campfire.
Okay, we're in a swamp, so of course, don't worry. I'm pretty safe. I have immunity to poison. I can't remember if we took. I think we took a talent, so all poison is removed. So he can poison me all he wants to. And by the way, if you're dealing with synthesis, it's hard to say that word. Making sure you have a talent that removes poison is very paramount. I hate poison. I hate dealing with it. I don't even mind using it, but I just hate dealing with it. If you don't have poison defense, you can get wrecked pretty quickly. So part of these decks are going to work. Now, I'm not telling you to make this deck. Just play with it. See if you like it. Not every deck style people like. I like this deck because I can do a little bit of everything. I can do bleeds. I can do poison. I can do slow. I can just pound my enemy with ranged attacks. There's so many things I can do with this deck. But,
Enemy enchantment. Noxious fog 2 stacks inflict 2 poison at the start of combat. Increases by 1 every combat and resets whenever you visit a campfire.
So that poison will go down to 1 stack once you get to a campsite. But again, the higher the difficulty, the less campsites are available for you to utilize.
Area status. Player status. Junkyard 1 stack start of Scrapnel. Player energy. Dex 3. Player energy. Dex 3. Show character sheet. Player health 125.
Okay, our max health is 125, so we're looking at good health wise. We've got our energy up to 3, and I would strongly encourage you always select more energy. That's really important. I almost never skip the energy chance. Usually by your 3rd or 4th level, you're given an opportunity to get energy, an increase in your energy. I would suggest you take it. Now, they will sometimes offer you something very tempting. It better be damn good if you're going to skip more energy, because more energy is important to me, because I need to activate my flying carpet, and it costs 3 energy to activate. Now, there are certain shrines that can lower the cost of cards, and those are a godsend. Absolutely lower the cost of any card that's incredibly expensive. Do not bother lowering the cost of a card with a 1 energy cost. It's not worth it. That's something you might want to do if you have a speed deck. And I'm going to get into what speed decks are, not today, but I will do some speed decks on our TCG Thursdays, and today's a Wednesday, by the way. So today's episode's going up a little late in the morning on a Wednesday. I just absolutely not slept the last week, so all my videos have been going up late. My usual time for a video upload is 9 a.m. so that those who are on the East Coast get it before lunchtime's over. But I can't really promise that right now. I've had this insomnia kind of going on, and I'm up in the middle of the night listening to books and, sometimes working on some projects that are quiet, because it's nighttime. I don't want to be a dick and wake up my neighbors. But because I live in an apartment building in the dungeons, and I don't want to wake up the wraith next to me or wake up the zombies below me. They get upset if I start being loud. But anyway, I've actually just not gotten a lot of sleep. And so for the most part, I wake up, talk to Queen Angel, clean, cook, make breakfast, that kind of stuff, get some exercise in, and then I get ready to start recording. By the time I do all that stuff, it's like 10 or 11. And that's why the videos are uploading a little bit later. But the beauty of that is I can do a same day recording and just upload, so you get a random time for my public release videos. And that's only because I'm not filming them in advance. Now, sometimes I'm filming them in advance, and then that's when you get that exactly 9 a.m. consistent upload, which is what I prefer. So if you wanted to know why some videos come in really late and some come in early, that's the reason. And on Friday, all rules go out the window, because on Friday I have happy hour, which is 3 p.m. or later. So you never know what you're going to get on Friday. And then I have early Friday, which is the same rules. 9 a.m. is when I'd like the video to go up. That way you always know when to come to my channel. And hey, I get it. When you wake up, you want some of me. You wait till you get a load of me. You want some of me in the morning, right? You know, you want to lean over, you look over, say, oh, hey, Mike, what's up? You know, I know chicks dig the channel. Chicks dig the car. That's a line from a DC movie, you know. That's something that Batman says, you know, in I don't remember which DC movie that is. I think it's Justice League. DC's actually gotten good. They're not great. I mean, Marvel's still better, but I enjoy DC. I don't care how crappy or how campy it gets. I love DC. I've been watching a lot of DC on HBO. It's fun. I mean, it's beer drinking comics. Just enjoy yourself. Have a good time.
Show deck. Cards currently in deck 10.
Let's deal with this little pixie.
Scrapnel. Dex 1. Player energy. Dex 3.
So we got 3 energy. We didn't get a flying carpet yet.
Show character. Player health. Show deck. End turn. Scrapnel. Dewire. Come get me. Surge of dexterity. Grappler. Player status. Junkyard 1 stacks. Player enchantment. Stockpile 2 stack. Area status. Noxious fog inflict 2 poison at the start of combat. Increases by 1 every combat and resets whenever you visit a campfire.
Oh, I gotta send a big shout out to the dev. The enchantment field has now gone through some incredibly delicious and efficient organization. Now, in the old days, cards that became equipped or enchantments you had or anything, they'd be all over the place. But now the dev is so damn efficient. Enchantments are in one section. Equips are in one section. Status effects are in one section. It's so organized. I just wanted to give the dev credit for making that feature of Dawncaster just efficient. It's so much easier. I mean, that way when you're swiping with your thumb, and I swipe with my thumb, you don't need to guess what you're dealing with in your status bar. Not the status bar at the top, because Dawncaster don't do that dumb shit. Dawncaster don't have no screen peek. You know what I'm saying? Rick don't play that. What I'm talking about, there's a little bar after you swipe through your hand. There's a little bar where all your equips go and what enchantments and what effects are affecting you are placed. That section has been reorganized, and I don't know when Rick did it, probably the last couple updates, but oh my God, it's so organized now, and I'm gushing. Yeah, you know, I gotta get that gushing. I mean, you know, I gotta get my fanboy in. But yeah, it's so well organized now. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right.
Player status. Junkyard 1 stack start of turn. Scrapnel. Deck. Player energy. Dex 3.
And it may be called the status bar. Okay, I'll double check on that.
Player energy. Show character sheet. Player health 1. Show deck. End turn. Scrapnel. Dex 1.
I'm going to activate
whenever you add a junk card to your hand.
Scrapnel.
Inflict. You gain Scrapnel enchantment. Dewire. Discard a card. Add snares to your foe's deck equal to the card's cost action. Common. Green. Tooltips. End turn.
Scrapnel is going to create bleed effects for my opponent whenever I discard a scrap card. Okay, I am not great at explaining what a scrap card is. Here's the best explanation. Listen to the card when you play the game, because I'm doing all kinds of stuff. Listen to the card. If it has text that says scrap, it's a scrap card. It usually has a section on the card that gives it a category. Every card in this game now has kind of like a designation. And that's so that you know how to build a synergetic deck. You know? That's the best I can do. I'm sorry. I'm not the best. Go to the Discord community of Dawncaster. All right, let's keep moving here.
Dewire. Discard a card. Add snares to your foe's deck equal to the card's cost action. Common. Green. Tooltips. Discard. Removes a card from the hand. Snare. 1 use. Take vertical line number 1 plus. Temp value. Number sign vertical line piercing damage. Upgrade all remaining snares by 1. Draw a card.
D-wire. Voiceover is pronouncing it D-wire. It's D-wire. D-wire. It's kind of like taking something apart. I think that's what that means. So what D-wire does in my deck is I get all these very high cost energy cards that my scrap deck produces. So what I've learned is I don't always want to use those cards, but I found a really great technique, and you can discard those cards and enact all kinds of crazy shit. Like, for instance, I had this one scrap deck that I was getting resilience from discarding high cost cards. I was activating the card when I discarded it, especially when they were bombs, and I was upgrading the bombs and getting a free bomb. So I was like doing 3 things with one discard, and this D-Wire card has no cost. So oh my God, I wind up putting 3 D-Wires into my deck, and I was literally blowing the head off of every enemy in my way. I swear to God, it was just a broken deck, and then I ran into somebody who didn't give a shit. I ran into some fucking badass NPC, and he's like, fuck you, you can't kill me with that deck. And I couldn't kill him because I didn't have a slay card. It's very important to have a slay card. It doesn't matter what deck you have. You must at least have one slay card, because some enemies don't die when their HP reaches 0. It's annoying, yes, but it slows you down. It makes you conscientious about preparing for the future. Remember I told you this game is about forethought and also about preparation. You gotta be prepared for the things that are gonna come. There's some big bubbas that will hit you like a truck, and there's some little minuscule little guys that will trap your ass. They will totally shut your deck down. And if you're not ready for them, you will die. But again, you know that, right? You've heard me play Dawncaster, and you've heard me play it in so many different ways that you can already hear when I'm about to get trapped. And again, the developer is a genius, and they know how to create strategy and balance. They make sure that the cards are not so OP that you can beat anything in your way. There's no card in this game that's so OP that you win. There isn't any card like that. Yes, there's some cards that are OP and strong, but you still have to work them into your deck. You have to have a plan, a build. So,
Come get me. Bonus. Dex 1. Gain 1 evasion. Ambush. Add 2 snares to the foe's deck. Reliable action. Common. Green. Tooltips. Reliable. The ambush. Bloodlust. Cascade. Continuity. Finale. Flanking. Flow and frenzy conditions are always met. Reliable cards ignore disabling conditions like jinxed, stunned, pinned or dominated. Evasion. Blessing. When dealt melee damage, reduce the first damage taken to 0, then decrease evasion by 1. Evasion fades at the start of the turn. Snare. 1 use. Take vertical line number 1 plus. Temp value. Number sign vertical line piercing damage. Upgrade all remaining snares by 1. Draw a card. Bonus.
Okay, I'm letting you hear the cards. When you hear me not talking, I'm letting you hear the cards. All right, so Come Get Me is an old card. One of my favorites. I used to run a deck with 3 of these in it. Maybe 2. I may be exaggerating. But it's a very effective card if you can give it the ability... If you give it the ability to always go off no matter what part of time in the turn that you take. It's a certain kind of enchantment you give the card. Now, if you give the card that enchantment, the card will always pop off no matter what. So it's very important to kind of like enchant your cards. Enchant cards to nullify their weaknesses. And this card has a weakness. It has to be activated in the beginning of the turn. I don't want to do that because I have a lot of other cards I need to use. But if you enchant this card the correct way, it can activate anytime during the turn. And if you have Flying Carpet, I can make its cost 0. In combination, basically this card at any point can give me 1 point of evasion and can put 2 snares into my opponent's deck. Now, because I have Live Wire is going to upgrade my snares. So there's a synergetic kind of appeal for me to put at least 1 or 2 snare producing cards into my deck. At current point right now, this deck has 3 snare producers. And those snare producers are all working to slow my opponent down. Actually, I have, basically you can call Bard snares. I forgot what the name of that card is, but it's in my deck. That's technically a snare card because all it really does is help your snares hurt your opponent even more. But yeah, I've never, like I said, I've never had a deck that can beat an opponent with just snares. I've tried, trust me, I have crunched the numbers. I have spreadsheeted, well, I don't know how to do spreadsheets, but I've spreadsheeted in my head a deck with all snares. It doesn't work. It's not strong enough. It's too slow. Because opponents who don't give a shit can't be killed by it. And what I mean is opponents who have a way of nullifying all kinds of damage, they're with impervious kind of effects. Snares don't hurt them. And there are many opponents who are invincible at a certain point, and you have to find a way to break their invincibility. There's ways to do it, mostly slaying them, because just some opponents are just so broken. And of course, you're never gonna beat anybody if you're too slow, and the snare decks are slow. There's no way to make a snare deck fast, not that I know of. Probably somebody can do it, because I'm not the best player, but I just mean, in the early game, I've built a snare deck that can just wreck everybody. But by the late game, the deck starts to show its weaknesses. And that's the thing about Dawncaster. That's what I love about this game. The balance is perfect. You have to really have a deck that wears different hats, so that in any given situation, you can overcome your opponent. And that's the key. I wish they'd make a game where I could fight humans by taking turns, like we'd both have to fight each other. That would be so freaking cool. I wish there was a turn-taking Dawncaster game where you send your turn and then your opponent sends back their turn. That would be so damn cool. But I don't... there's so many cards, I don't know if they'd ever be able to create a game where you could play against humans. But it'd be really cool if Dawncaster had a version where you could play live against another player. Obviously, you would have a time limit on your turn. So you wouldn't be able to like take 6 years to make a move.
Surge of Dexterity. Gain Dex and conjure a basic attack action. Common. Grappler. Upgrade +5. Neutral 1. Deal star 8 star damage. On hit. Scavenge 1 range basic attack. Common. Brown. Tooltips. On hit. Requires. Come get me. Bonus. Dex 1. Grappler. Upgrades plus. Grappler. Neutral. Player status. Junkyard 1 stack start of turn. Add 1 junk card to your scrap pile. Upgradable. Grappler. Grappler. Upgrade. Come get me. Bonus. Dex 1. You gained 1 evasion stacks. Added snare to enemy deck.
Okay,
Added snare to enemy deck.
2 snares into their deck and 1 evasion. Evasion is critically important in the swamps because many of the big bubbas, like the giants, the big swamp giants, and the warriors, the undead warriors, they hit hard and they hit repeatedly. I would have to say to really survive the swamps, you want to have at least double snares up on this deck. And I do have cards that kind of produce that snare effect. Also, if you don't have snares, then if you're running a deck that has a lot of defense, then have at least 10 to 12 armor up each turn, or else you're going to start falling behind and you're going to take a lot of damage.
Dwyer. Grappler. Upgrades +5. Neutral 1. Deal star 8. Enemy takes 8 damage, 52 left. You heal 1 health. Enemy gain 3 bleeding stacks.
Yeah, see my bleeding effects are going in. See that bleed? Those bleeds are really part of my deck. Now, I cause bleeds, but I also get health back from activating my basic attacks.
Dwyer. Grappler. Neutral 1. Deal 3 damage. Enemy takes 3 damage, 49 left. You heal 1 health. Enemy takes 3 damage, 46 left.
And I am beating him down. Also, this deck has ammo effects that are very effective. All scrap decks are going to have an ammo box that pops up. So I want to explain a couple of the boxes that pop up. One of them is an ammo box. It's going to give you one of several different ammunitions, which will make your ranged effects do more damage or give you effects. It's very effective.
Entrapment. Dex 1. Bandages. Neutral 3. Dwyer. End turn.
The next box is going to be a heavy crate, which gives you massive card draw. But the problem is the card's expensive, so you have to find ways to reduce its cost. The third card is going to be a food rations box, which is going to have a variety of little sundries for you to munch on. Nothing better than munching on stuff when you play, right? There's a couple other different cards that pop up, a lot of weird like lead pipe and shock wires, so you got a lot of enhanced interrogation cards. Yeah, the Hague brother taking you straight to the door. Yeah, you got a lot of cool little cards that the scrap decks have. Just love it. The thematic part of this deck is really strong. So the game's decks are all thematic, and it really works for me. So when I play a roguelike card strategy game, I'm looking for themes in my decks. That's going to make me want to play that deck and become the best at that deck. And this scrap deck has really strong theme. It's all about gadgets. It's all about tricks of the trade kind of thing. It's all about surprises and being a nasty little tricky little sneaky rogue. I mean, that's what this theme of this deck is all around, being sneaky and having lots of tricks up your sleeves.
Dwyer. Discard a card. Add snare. Bandages. Neutral 3. 1 use. Gain 6 health. Persistent. Untempered junk item. Common. Brown. Tooltips. 1 use. This card will be permanently removed from your deck after playing it. Persistent. Cards with persistent don't get discarded at the end of the turn and cannot be buried. Untempered. Untempered cards are removed from your deck at the end of combat.
Okay, so bandages is one of my scrap cards that are produced when my grappler hits my opponent. Now my grappler has to, actually I'm not going to 100% say that. I'm not sure, but I think my grappler has to hit my opponent and do at least 1 point of damage for one of my scrap cards to be formed. Now this is a special scrap card. It doesn't stay in your deck. It gets deleted at the end of the particular encounter. But what's great about this card is it's like a nice little cheap potion. It heals you for 6, and if you have special effects or talents, you'll get even more included healing. For instance, if you're like a certain talented class, you'll get like an extra couple of healing from any heal. I usually try to get at least one of those effects active. So in that case, this card will heal you for 7. Sometimes I'll have it healing me for 8. Now, 8 healing is almost equivalent to a basic HP pot that's not activated. Now, HP pots become activated when you're less than 50% health, which means they'll heal you for an extra 5. That's not bad. Healer pots are not designed to do everything. They're just a cheapy little consumable designed to kind of get you out of trouble. It's up to you how many you want to carry, because they don't really do anything but heal you. They don't have any draws. They're kind of slow. They do slow your deck down, but it's better to live and be slow than to be fast and die. So, for the most part, what I do with
Dwyer. Bandages. Neutral 3. Dwyer. End turn.
What I do with bandages is try to lower its cost as much as possible, and then use my Boots of Speed. That's another really good equipment. I highly recommend it. Magic Carpet and Boots of Speed work really well together. They're a great combination. They're great synergetic and collaborative cards. You're basically reducing the cost of your cards in hand by 1 energy at a time. And it makes a huge difference if you know how to keep a certain number of cards in your deck that are low cost. With Magic Carpet, you can lower most of the cards in your hand to 0 cost. With Boots of Speed, you can lower the cost of a card that's at the front of your hand to the far left by 1. And if you plan it right, your expensive cards will move to the left because they're left in your hand, because cards that are left in your hand because of persistence, which is an effect that keeps a card in your hand and doesn't allow it to be discarded. What happens is that you want your cards to slide to the left, and then with Boots of Speed will reduce that left card by 1 energy cost. But you've also got Flying Carpet. It's not Magic Carpet, it's Flying Carpet. You've got Flying Carpet reducing its cost by 1. So together, they're reducing the card's cost by 2. And then if you've got another couple of cards that you're going to hear in my deck, you can lower the cost of those cards by even more. And that is what I kind of want to say is called a no-cost deck. No-cost decks are tricky to organize, and they're really just dependent on RNGs. Number 1, you're also going to want to look for the levitation shrines. The levitation shrines will reduce a card's cost by 1 energy. Those are absolutely beautiful, and I only run into them once every playthrough. Sometimes, if I'm incredibly lucky, I'll get 2 in a playthrough. But yeah, lower your highest cost card with the levitation shrines. And it simply just requires you to select a card and then put it in the shrine, and the shrine will do all the work for you. Also, if you want to lower the cost of a card, there are several other little tricky cards that can really reduce their cost. But again, you're going to have to practice on your own. I can't go into details about every card. We'd be here for 10 hours because there's thousands of cards in Dawncaster. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of the levitation shrine. I think that's what it's called.
Dewire. Discard a card. Bandages. Neutral 3. 1 use. Entrapment. Dex 1. Add 2 snares to your foe's deck. Synergy. Add another snare. Persistent. Unique. Scrap action. Uncommon. Green. Tooltips. Persistent. Cards with persistent don't get discarded at the end of the turn and cannot be buried. Unique. You can only play 1 card with this name per combat. All enchantments are unique. Scrap. Scrap cards start combat in the scrap pile and can be retrieved via cards that scavenge. When scrap cards are played, they are returned to the scrap pile. Synergy. Effects with synergy trigger whenever you play a non-conjured card of the same type while this card is in hand. The card's type is found at the bottom of the card. Snare. 1 use. Take vertical line number 1 plus. Temp value. Number sign vertical line piercing damage. Upgrade all remaining snares by 1. Draw a card.
All right. Entrapment is a classic Dawncaster card. It's been around since, I don't know, maybe day 1, day 2. It's a very good card. It's slow, gets in the way. It kind of blocks your boots of speed effect. But if you can kind of get it going, it's a great finisher. And it has piercing effect. So there's something you need to know about piercing. Piercing bypasses your opponent's defenses. And that's how they kill you a lot. Again, that's usually how I lose because my opponent has piercing effects. I can't negate piercing effects. They always work. Unless you have some really weird defense, piercing is going to kill you because some of your opponents will empower their piercing and you're going to get hit for a ton of damage. But 2 can play at that game. I like to run cards that have piercing effects, and snares are all usually cards that have piercing effects. And piercing means if my opponent has invulnerability or my opponent has 1,000 points of armor, my piercing effect will still damage his core HP. So snares tend to stack up and they activate one after another. So it's kind of like they activate consecutively. And that can really be great because it can interfere with your opponent's flow. It can interrupt them. It can cause all kinds of havoc. It's just absolutely... Snares are one of my favorite things. As you can see here, I'm gooning over snares because I goon on snares. Snares are goonable. Snares are goon buggy. Snares are awesome. They're absolutely awesome, and I love to use them. Mind you, I'm a simple YouTuber, but I like to use them. And so what you're going to want to do if you're going to be running a deck and you're going to be dealing with a lot of casters tend to either heavily embrace barrier, and melee tend to heavily embrace armor. Both of those are going to stop you in your tracks if you don't know how to break through. And that's where piercing comes in. So have some way to do some piercing damage. You need to be either able to defeat their defense or bypass their defense. Sound good? All right, let's keep moving here.
Player status. Junkyard 1 stack start. Entrapment. Dex 1. Add 2 snares to your foe's deck. Synergy. Add another snare. Persistent. Unique. Scrap action. Uncommon. Green. Bandages. Neutral 3. 1. Dewire. Discard a card. Add snares to your foe's deck equal to the card's cost action. Bandages. Neutral 3. 1 use. Gain 6 health. Persistent. Untemp. Dewire. Discard a card. Add snares to your foe's deck equal to the card's cost action. Common. Green. Tooltips. Discard. Removes a card from the hand. Snare. 1 use. Take vertical line number. Select card. Bandages. Neutral 3. Bandages.
I love
Neutral
that
3.
sound
1
effect.
use. Gain 6 health.
So
Persistent.
cool.
Untempered. Bandages. Neutral 3. 1 use. Gain 6 health. Persistent. Untempered. Added snare to enemy deck. Added snare to enemy deck. Added snare to enemy deck. Entrapment. Dex 1. End turn.
So did you hear what I did? So when I used D-Wire, I had to select a card to sacrifice to the effect of the card. And I used bandages. Yeah, I could have healed myself, but my health's not really an issue right now. So then immediately 3 snares, which sound like this, get sent to the enemy's deck. And because I run snares as a counter to my opponent to interrupt them, slow them down, hurt them, finish them, that's a really good thing. And the key to snares, kind of the final part of the puzzle, is be a person who's balanced. Your deck shouldn't have all snares. That's not how you play. I do because I'm dumb. But if you're going to run snares, don't run too many because they are slow. But what you want to do is periodically switch how you're fighting your opponent. Sometimes through snares, sometimes through piercing effects, sometimes through direct damage and your basic attacks, and sometimes through magic and the status effects that magics cause, or direct damage effects that magic cause. So that's the key to Dawncaster. You gotta have a multi-pronged attack against your opponent.
Entrapment. Dex 1. Add 3 snares to your foe's deck. Synergy. Add another snare. Persistent. End turn.
So entrapment, the more cards that are synergetically linked to entrapment, which means snares, the more that entrapment's gonna pop off with its major effect. Now, there's something I just now noticed about entrapment. It looks like I can only use it once per game. I never actually thought about that, or even I've never realized that that card can only be used once per game. Now, has it always been that way? I don't know. Anyway, let's keep moving.
Entrapment. Player status. Junkyard 1 stack start of turn. Player enchantment. Stockpile 2 stacks whenever you create a bomb. Player enchantment. Scrapnel this combat. Whenever you add a junk. Player blessing. Evasion 1 stacks when dealt. Area status. Noxious fog inflict 2 poison at the start of combat. Increases by 1 every combat and resets whenever you visit a campfire.
I need my Livewire equipment enchant up, because Livewire, it starts making your snares really powerful. So I need that to come up. I also need to get my magic carpet up. So trust me, I'm never going to pronounce any cards correctly. So don't even bother to comment on that.
Player status. Junkie. Entrapment. Dex. Player energy. Player energy. Player energy. Show character. Player health 125.
Okay, we're still at max health, so we don't need to worry about healing.
Entrapment. Dex 1. End turn.
Let's end our turn.
Enemy turn. Enemy playing cards. Sparklight. You take 4 damage. Enemy gained 1 chain stacks. Sparklight. You take 5 damage. Enemy gained 1 chain stacks. Your turn.
You hear the gravitas, the speak. Rick's got the sound so freaking nice. I have new headphones on, so if you've been noticing, the sound quality is greatly improved for the channel. When those cards activate, it sounds like they're next to me. Like somebody just punched me in the side of the head. That's how good the sound quality is in Dawncaster.
End turn. Entrapment.
Okay,
Dex 1. Add 3 snares to your foe's deck. Healing potion. 1 use. Boots of speed. Neutral 1. Activate to gain 1 haste and reduce the cost of the leftmost card. Grappler. Upgrades plus live wire. Dex 1. Activate. Add a snare to your foe's deck and upgrade all. Grappler. Upgrades. Player status. Junkyard 1 stack start of turn. Add 1 junk card to your scrap pile.
Boots of speed up.
Grappler. Live Grappler. Upgrade. Boots of speed. Neutral. Grappler. Upgrades plus 7. Neutral 1.
Boots
Heal
of
star
speed.
10 healing. Entrapment. Deck. End turn.
Boots of Speed is a must-have for my deck. So Boots of Speed, it's an equipment, and it goes into your status bar, your status section, status equipment, whatever. It goes over there to the far right, and it's just a great card. It gives you so much bang for your buck. So it's going to lower the cost of the card to your far right of your hand. Your hand, this is how you... And again, this is sort of a tutorial for those of you who are not used to Dawncaster. Excuse me. That was gross. Sorry. Wait, where's my sound effect? Okay, since I'm going to be being disgusting, I might as well go all the way, right? Queen Angel bought me this little sound maker, and I love it. It's got all the most disgusting sounds, even more disgusting than my sounds. But yeah, Boots of Speed is great, and it works really well. It synchronizes really well with Flying Carpet.
Entrapment. Dex 1. Healing potion. 1 use. Gain 10 health. Grappler. Upgrades plus 7. Live wire. Dex 1.
Let's
Activate.
get
Add a snare to your
Livewire up.
Grappler. Upgrades plus 5. Neutral
I
1.
wanted
Heal star 8 star damage.
Livewire
Unhit.
up.
Scavenge 1. Player equipment. Live wire 3 stacks activate.
Let's
Add
activate that.
added snare to enemy deck.
So Livewire is going to keep dropping it's going to start dropping snares into my opponent's deck. In addition to that, Livewire will upgrade those snares. Isn't that sweet?
Entrapment. Dex 1. Add 3 snares to your foes. Healing potion. 1 use. Grappler. Healing. Entrapment. Dex 1. Add 3 snares to your foes. Healing potion. 1 use. Gain 10 health if you are below 50% health. End turn.
I really think it's not fair that Livewire doesn't interact with entrapment. I feel when Livewire is activated, it should make entrapment's count of snares it releases go up. You only really get one shot at entrapment. I really think it'd be fair if when I activate Livewire as equipment that it would make entrapment increase its number of snares released. That would be really nice if those two cards would interact a little bit more efficiently.
Entrapment. Dex 1. Healing potion. 1 use. Grappler. Upgrades plus 7. Grappler. Upgrade. Player equipment. Boots of speed. Grappler. Grappler. Upgrades plus 7. Neutral 1. Enemy takes 10 damage, 45 left. You heal 1 health. Enemy takes 2 damage, 43 left. Enemy gained 1 bleeding stacks.
Yeah, he's gonna die. I mean, this is just a small creature. It's not a big... This creature is gonna beat you if it's able to damage you for the number of cards in your hand. If you are careful and you don't leave too many cards in your hand, you're fine against this pixie.
Shock wires. Neutral 1. 1 use. Gain. Player equipment. Boots of speed 3 stacks activate to gain 1 haste and reduce. Shock wires. Grappler. Upgrades plus 5. I don't have enough energy to play this card.
I'm out of energy.
Shock wires. Neutral 1. Player equipment. Boots of speed 3 stack. Entrapment. Player energy. Show character. Player health. Show end turn. Enemy turn. Enemy playing cards. Sparklight. You take 4 damage. Enemy gained 1 chain stacks. Sparklight. You take 5 damage. Enemy gained 1 chain stacks. Your turn.
I don't care if he keeps meleeing me or she keeps meleeing me because that's not a big deal. I can recover from that. What's really going to kill me if she starts attacking me for the number of cards in my hand.
End turn. Entrapment. Dex 1. Add 3 snares to shock wires. Neutral 1. Rummage. Dex 1. Scavenge 1. Upgrade. Weathered hide. Dex 1. This combat. Whenever you play or discard a junk card, gain resilience equal to its cost enchantment. You gain weathered hide enchantment.
Weathered Height, or whatever it's called, that's a great enchantment. Basically, whenever I discard a card, I think you have to manually discard the card, not cards that are discarded when your turn ends. When you manually discard a card, which means you perform the action to actually throw a card out of your hand due to a card effect, it will give you points of resilience equal to the card's cost. And this is where this deck gets kind of tricky. This is where my defense comes in. Every deck needs to have defense. So my defense is resilience. And resilience says that for every stack of resilience, the damage you do to me is reduced by that stack. So let's say my opponent wants to do 5 points of damage to me and I have 4 points of resilience. I'm going to reduce that 5 points of damage by 4, and then my stack of resilience will go down by 1. I'll still take 1 damage, and any effects on that point of damage will activate. But I've lowered the amount of the damage by a great deal. And that enchantment really lets you stack up a lot of very sexy resilience. Again, there's this robot you can get, and he gives you a ton of resilience, man. Actually, if I get him on this run, I could be unstoppable because I've gotten my resilience up to like 20 and they can't touch me. It's basically, resilience is basically armor, but kind of armor that doesn't, it's armor that reduces. See, regular armor doesn't reduce. It stays active the whole turn. Resilience reduces as it's being interacted with by enemy attacks. That's the only way I can really explain it. I'm sure at the Discord community, you will know, hint, hint, wink, wink, that they'll give you a much more correct definition of how these card effects work.
Barbed snares. Neutral 1. This combat. When your foe plays a card that was not in their deck when combat began, inflict 1 slowed and 3 bleeding enchantment. Uncommon. Green. Tooltips. Unique. You can only play 1 card with this name per combat. All enchantments are unique. Bleeding. Affliction. When dealt damage, take 1 additional damage per stack of bleeding. Then reduce bleeding stacks by 1. Slow. Affliction. Increase the cost of the next drawn card by neutral. Then decrease slow by 1.
Okay, Bard Snares is a must-have for anybody who's trying to be a sneaky rogue. Because Bard Snares says, any card your opponent didn't have in their deck when the game started is going to damage them with slow and bleed. And those are 2 really bad things to happen to anybody, including yourself. So yeah, I love Bard Snares. I don't get it all the time, but when I do get it, it's sexy. It's very, very nice. And I'm gonna activate that card. And the good thing is I can use my Boots of Speed to make its cost 0. Remember, Boots of Speed will lower the cost of the card to your far left by 1 energy. So, and also if you had Flying Carpet up, you could also reduce all the cards in your hand's energy cost by 1. But yeah, Bard Snares is absolutely awesome.
Flying Carpet. Neutral 3.
There
Activate.
it is.
Gain evasion and reduce the cost of all cards in hand by 1. Deplete. Return Flying Carpet to your hand. 3 durability. Valuable. Persistent magic equipment. Legendary. Brown. Tooltips. Valuable. This card adds double its merchant value to the final score. Unique. You can only play 1 card with this name per combat. All enchantments are unique. Persistent. Cards with persistent don't get discarded at the end of the turn and cannot be buried. Durability. The number of times equipment can be activated before it's depleted for the remainder of combat. Equipment. Equipments can be activated to gain their effect once per round. Once their durability runs out, they are removed for the remainder of the combat. Treasure. This card is part of the treasure pool and can be found through various events. Evasion. Blessing. When dealt melee damage, reduce the first damage taken to 0, then decrease evasion by 1. Evasion fades at the start of the turn.
There's a couple of things that are a little confusing here. So Flying Carpet says you can only use it once per game, but that's not true. You can only have 1 copy of it in your deck, but there are cards in this game that eliminate the unique effect. I know it's confusing. Basically, rules were meant to be broken in Dawncaster, so I'll try to show you a deck where there are unique cards that have copies. It's really exciting. It's really fun. It's sick. But anyway, Flying Carpet is one of the best cards in the entire game. I've talked about this before. This is not a unique thing. Flying Carpet is not a new card. It's been around for a while. But what it does is when you activate it, all cards in your hands cost are reduced by 1. And I don't want to say, I think it's basically whatever your energy cost of that card is, it just reduces it by 1. If your card has multiple energy costs listed, I don't know how to explain what it would lower because I don't have that information. I didn't come prepared to kind of explain the nuances of energy reduction. Just understand Flying Carpet's going to reduce the cost of the cards in your hand by 1. How that works, you're going to have to refer to the Codex or the Discord community. So the best thing I can tell you is it's a fantastic card, and this is what you want to use your Levitation Shrine on. This is what you want to reduce the cost of. This is why you want to make sure that you, when you take your talents, that you increase your energy production, because I want to activate this card every single game because it's that broken. Now, when the number of uses of this equipment runs out, this card is so nice, it jumps back into your hand. Make sure you have enough energy to reactivate it, because when you do, cha-ching, you can use the card again to activate its energy reduction effect. So effectively, you're reducing all cards in your hands cost by 2. So you can make some of those big fancy scrap cards almost negligible in cost. So it's a very, very luxurious, beautiful, gorgeous card. It's probably my most favorite card in the whole game.
Bard Snares. Flying Carpet. Neutral 3. Player equipment. Boots of Speed 3 stacks activate to gain 1 haste and reduce the cost of the leftmost card in your hand by 1. You gained 1 haste stacks.
Okay, so that's activated.
Entrapment. Add 3 snares to your foe's deck. Synergy.
Oh,
Add another
actually,
snare. Persistent.
I should've
Unique.
got rid
Scrap
of
action.
entrapment.
Uncommon. Green. Tool. Shock wires. Neutral 1. Rummage. Dex 1. Pitch. Discard a card. Bard Snares. Neutral 1. This combat. Pitch. Discard a card. Reduce the cost of a card in hand equal to its cost action. Common. Green. Tooltips. Discard. Removes a card from the
another
hand.
one of my discard cards. And again, remember, because I have that effect, if I use Pitch, I get resilience for the cost of the card that I threw out.
Player energy. Dex. 2. Show care. Player health 1. Show deck. End turn. Entrapment.
Yeah,
Add 3 snares to your foe's deck. Synergy. Add another snare. Persistent. Unique.
I
Scrap
totally
action.
screwed
Uncommon.
up.
Green.
I
Tooltips.
should have
Persistent.
activated
Cards with persistent
Flying
don't get
Carpet.
discarded. Shock wires. Rummage. Pitch. Bard Snares. Flying Carpet. Neutral 3.
Yeah, I messed
activate.
up.
Gain even. Player equipment. Boots of Speed 2 stacks
Yeah, that
activate
was
to
a
gain 1
total
haste and reduce the
huge
cost of the
mistake I
leftmost card
made.
in your hand by 1.
Okay, so, again, you make mistakes. Just, move forward. Again, I was supposed to activate Flying Carpet first because it has a 3 cost, and now I don't have the energy to activate it, so it's fine.
Flying Carpet. Neutral 3. Bard Snares. Neutral 1.
But-
This combat. When your foe plays a card that was not in their deck when combat began. Inflict 1 slowed and pit. Rummage. Shock wire. End turn.
My Flying Carpet has persistence, so it stays in my hand, even when my hand is ejected due to the discard phase. So, hey, I'm prepared. I'm prepared for my screw-ups.
Show deck. End turn. Entrapment. Add 3 snares to your foe's deck. Synergy. Add an shock wires. Neutral 1. 1 use. Rummage. Dex 1. Scavenge 1. Upgradable. Charges. Pitch. Barbed snares. Pitch.
I'm gonna
discard a card.
pitch
Reduce the cost
quick.
of a select card. Entrapment. Add 3 snares to shock wires. Neutral 1. 1 use. Rummage. Dex 1. Scavenge 1. Upgradable. Barbed snares. Neutral 1. This combat. When your foe plays a card that was not in player equipment. Boots of speed 2 stack. Flying carpet. Neutral 2. Activate.
Okay,
Gain
good.
evasion and reduce the cost of all cards in hand by 1. Deplete. Return flying carpet to your hand. 3
RNG's
durability.
love.
Value. Barbed. Flying carpet.
Okay.
And barbed snares.
Okay, so I was
Neutral
able
1.
to
This
lower
combat. When
flying
your foe plays a card that was not in their deck when combat.
cost.
Player equipment. Boots of speed 2 stacks. Activate to gain 1 haste and reduce the cost of the leftmost card in your hand by 1.
I was able to get Flying Carpet's cost reduced down to 2, and I had 2 energy, so I was able to activate it. So now Flying Carpet is in my hand, and I can now reduce all the cards in my hand by 1.
Entrapment. Add 4 snares to your foe's deck. Shock wires. Neutral 1. 1 use. Barbed snares. Neutral 1. This player equipment. Boots of speed 2 stacks. Activate to gain 1 haste and reduce. Player equipment. Live wire 3 stacks. Active. Player equipment. Flying carpet 3 stacks. Activate. You gained 1 evasion stacks. Player equipment. Boots of speed 2 stacks. Activate to gain 1. Player blessing. Evasion 1. Player equipment. Boots of speed 2. Player equipment. Live wire 3 stacks. Active. Added snare to enemy deck.
Okay. I'm also using my live wire equipment card to just keep dumping snares into my opponent's deck. Ultimately, your opponent cannot avoid snares forever. They can foretell, and they have certain ways of getting around it. So can you. You can sometimes get around snares, but ultimately, snares will always get you in the end. They're just a part of the balance of the game. They're not as fast as direct damage cards. They're not as strong as magic. They're not as devastating as equipment. Excuse me, as direct attacks or your basic attacks. But they have a way of catching up to you, and that's the key.
Entrapment. Add 4 snares to your foe's deck. Shock wires. 1 use. Gain D. Barbed snares. This combat. When your foe plays a card that was not in their enter. Shock wires. 1 use. Gain DX DX. Discard. Gain Dex. Chain. Persistent. Untempered. Entrapment. Add 4 snares to your foe's deck. Synergy. Shock wires. 1 use. Gain DX DX. Discard.
Shock
Gain
wires.
Dex. Chain. Persistent. Untempered junk item. Common. Brown.
Shock
Tooltips.
wires
Chain.
gives
Increase
you
the damage
some
of the next
extra
action by 1
free
per stat.
energy.
Chain fades if a played card did not increase chain. 1 use. This card will be permanently removed from your deck after playing it. Persistent. Cards with persistent don't get discarded at the end of the turn and cannot be buried. Untempered. Untempered cards are removed from your deck at the end of combat. Discard. Removes a card from the hand.
Okay, untempered card means the card will disappear at the end of this particular match. All right, so this is a chain card, which means if you're into electricity, you know, you like to shock your ass, this card will kind of interact with decks who like to use electricity. I'm not so far doing a scrap electric build or electric chain build. I haven't done that yet. Maybe. It sounds very niche. I don't know if I want to try to go for a deck like that. That sounds like a very nuanced deck. That would be a hard deck to make work consistently, but it'd be fun to try, right? Yeah. But yeah, that card that this card is great for just improving your energy production. It's just really, really good. It's a cheap, inexpensive card that Flying Carpet makes free, and it's a throwaway card, so you don't have to stress about it. It's a much better card than in the past. In the past, you really had to sacrifice a lot just to get a little free energy. Rick is finally starting to be nice enough to give us a little bit of extra energy. He doesn't play though. Rick's not about that free shit. He's about, you got to earn that stuff. But yeah, this card, thank God, came, and I really like it. It's incredibly important in a scrap deck, and it just gives you a little free dexterity to get you over the hump. You know, get you over the hump. You know, you don't have, when you haven't gotten over, it's hump day, right? Yeah. You see what we know why I keep joking, because it's hump day. It's Wednesday. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and consume this card. Use this card.
Entrapment. Shock wires. 1 use. You gained 1 chain stacks. Entrapment. Add 4 snares to your foe's deck. Synergy. Player blessing. Haste 1 stacks. Reduce the cost of the next draw. Entrapment. End turn.
All right. So, actually, my Boots of Speed effect wasn't nullified. I thought I wasted my Boots of Speed effect, but actually, it's ready to give me my haste effect. Now, you can't use Boots of Speed if you have entrapment blocking up your left side of your hand. See, that's the one thing. Cards slide from right to left, and the older cards are on the right, on the left side. Okay, I want to predicate this with, I'm not an expert on every part of this game. There will be some mistakes I make. So, but let's go ahead and go to the next turn.
Show deck. Cards currently in deck 0. Player health 100. Show character sheet. Player energy. Player energy. Decks 2. Show character. Player health 100. Show deck. End turn.
I have 2 energy, so not bad.
Enemy turn. Enemy playing cards. Sparklight. You take 4 damage. Enemy gained 1 chain stacks. Snare. Enemy takes 4 damage. 41 left. Enemy gained 3 bleeding stacks. Enemy gained 1 slow stacks. Brain pain. You gain brain pain enchantment. Your turn.
Okay, brain pain. That's what you don't want to see. So brain pain will damage me for each card left in my hand. So that's very bad. I mean, I like when he's sparklighting me. Sparklight's just a basic melee attack. It's not a big deal. Who cares if he hits me with that? It's when he gets brain pain up, and when he double or triple brain pains, ooh, that's nasty.
Grappler. Upgrades plus Surge of Dexterity. Gain Dex and conjure a basic pitch. Discard a card. Surge of Dexterity. Gain Dex and conjure a basic pitch. Discard a card. Reduce the Grappler. Upgrades plus 7. Neutral 1. Deal star pitch. Grappler. Upgrades plus Rummage. Dex 1. Grappler. Neutral 1. Player Affliction. Brain pain at the end of your turn. Take 2 damage for every card remaining in your player equipment. Boots of Speed 2 stacks activate to gain 1 haste and reduce Entrapment. Add 5 snares to your foe's deck.
My
Synergy.
entrapment,
Add another snare.
I want to make it get as strong
action.
as possible.
Uncommon. Green. Grappler. Entrap. End turn.
I prefer my entrapment to pop off when it's at least 8 to 9 snares. It's a finisher. So that's really important to understand. It's not something, yeah, you can have several cards that enact this, but to me, entrapment is more of a finisher.
Entrapment. Add Grappler. Upgrades. Pitch. Discard Grappler. Upgrades plus 7. Rummage. Dex 1. Grappler. Neutral. Player Affliction. Brain pain at the end of your player equipment. Boots of Speed 2 stacks activate to gain 1 haste and reduce the cost of the leftmost card. Player equipment. Live Wire 2 stacks activate. Add a snare to your foe's deck. Add a snare to enemy deck.
Put another snare in their deck.
Player equipment. Flying Carpet 2 stacks activate. Gain evasion and reduce the cost of all. You gained 1 evasion stacks.
We've activated Flying Carpet, lowering all the cards' cost by 1, except for if a card has 0 cost, you can't lower it anymore.
Player equipment. Flying Carpet 1 stacks activate. Gain evasion and reduce the cost of all cards in hand by 1. Deplete. Return Flying Carpet to your hand.
That'd be cool to have a card that collected wasted energy. That'd be kind of fun. That's going to be the next expansion. The collector card. Basically, whenever you have expended, whenever you try to reduce the cost of a 0 cost energy card, this card collects the energy that would have been reduced, and then at a certain point, I don't know, I have to think about how to use the card, you would be able to drink up that energy. It would maybe have a cost related to it, maybe 1 gold or something, I don't know. It has to have some punishment.
Player status. Junkyard 1 stacks start of turn. Add 1 junk card to your player equipment. Flying Carpet 1 stacks activate. Gain a player equipment. Live Wire 1 stacks activate. Add a snare to your foe's deck. Player equipment. Boots of Speed 2 stacks activate to gain 1. Player Blessing. Evasion 1 stacks. Entrapment. Add Grappler. Upgrades plus 5. Deal star 8 star damage. On hit. Scap. Enemy takes 8 damage, 33 left. You heal 1 health. Enemy takes 5 damage, 28 left. Enemy gained 1 bleeding stacks.
This enemy likes to heal a lot. It likes to recover free hit points. Like it will recover like 20 hit points every turn. So it's a little wrinkle I didn't notice for a couple years. And then one day I was paying attention to it very close and I said, you son of a bitch, you're healing like 20 to 30 health every turn. But it has so few HP that it's not a big deal.
Entrapment. Pitch. Discard a card. Grappler. Upgrades plus 7. Enemy takes 10 damage, 18 left. You heal 1 health. Enemy takes 5 damage, 13 left. Enemy gain 4 bleeding stacks.
And I've got him really low on HP.
Grappler. Deal 3 damage. Enemy takes 3 damage, 10 left. You heal 1 health. Enemy takes 8 damage, 2 left. Enemy gain 2 bleeding stacks.
And he's really dead, so I got him down to nothing.
Heavy crate. Neutral 4. 1 use. Draw 4 cards. Persistent. Heavy. Untempered junk item. Common. Brown. Tooltips. 1 use. This card will be permanently removed from your deck after playing it. Persistent. Cards with persistent don't get discarded at the end of the turn and cannot be buried. Heavy. Heavy cards do not get reshuffled after your deck reaches 0 cards. Untempered. Untempered cards are removed from your deck at the end of combat.
So the heavy crate is another scrap card. It's produced by hitting the enemy with your grappler. The good thing, heavy crates are 4 cost. They have 4 energy costs. And you're like saying, no, that's prohibitive. Yeah, it is prohibitive. But there's many ways to use high energy cost cards, right? So if you have cards in your deck that can discard those cards, you can enact many different effects, including gaining resilience, including activating certain effects, and It actually works. There's ways to make it work really well.
Shell box. Neutral 2. 1 use. Delve an ammo card. Persistent. Untempered junk item. Common. Brown. Tooltips. 1 use. This card will be permanently removed from your deck after playing it. Persistent. Cards with persistent don't get discarded at the end of the turn and cannot be buried. Untempered. Untempered cards are removed from your deck at the end of combat. Delve. Select one of 3 randomly selected cards.
So the shell boxes or crates have various randomly generated shell effects for your gun or whatever the grappler is. The grappler is a ranged weapon, which means it can have a shell effect on it or a ranged effect, and that can make your opponent's life miserable. But yeah, I have enough energy that I'm not really concerned about anything. I mean, he's got 2 HP left.
Player energy. Dex. 6.
And I have 6 energy, so I can even activate that heavy crate, lose 4 energy, draw 4 cards, and then just crush them with more grapplers.
Show character sheet. Player health 107. Show deck. Cards currently in deck 5.
I'd actually like to draw 4 cards because I want to put my health back up to the max, because I've taken a little damage from him cranking me with those little melee attacks.
End turn. Entrapment. Pitch. Discard a card. Reduce. Entrapment. Add 5 snares to your foe's deck.
So
Synergy.
I'm going to
Add another snare.
activate...
Persistent. Unique. Scrap action. Uncommon. Green. Tooltips. Persistent. Cards with persistent don't get discarded at the end of the turn and cannot be buried. Unique. You can only play 1 card with this. Pitch. Discard a card. Rummage. Scavenge 1. Upgradable. Shrapnel. Neutral 1. 1 use. Heavy crate. Neutral 4. 1 use. Shell box. Neutral 2. 1. Enemy gain 3 bleeding stacks. You gain 4 resilience stacks.
So I gain resilience, plus because my scrap effects cause bleeds, the opponent took bleed effects as well. So remember I told you it's all about layering on those nasty side effects.
Player energy. Dex. 2. Show character. Player health. Show deck. End turn. Entrapment. Add 5 snares to your foe's. Pitch. Discard a card. Rummage. Scavenge 1. Upgrade. Shrapnel. Neutral 1. 1 use. Shell box. Neutral 2. 1 use. Delve an ammo card. Persistent. Untempered junk item. Common. Shrapnel. Rummage. Scavenge 1. Pitch. Discard a card. Reduce the cost. Select card. Entrapment. Add 5 snares to your bandages. Neutral 3. 1 use. Gain 6 health. Persistent. Untempered junk item. Bandages. Neutral 3. Come get me. Dex 1. Healing potion. 1 use. Dewire. Discard a card. Shell box. Neutral 2. 1 use. You gain 2 resilience stacks. Rummage. Scavenge 1. Upgrade. Entrap. End turn. Show deck. Cards currently in end turn. Show deck. Player health 107. Show character. Player energy. Dex 2.
Okay, so I got 2 energy. I need 3 energy to activate that bandage, and I also want to kill the guy this turn. He's going to die anyway, but he has a habit of healing, so you need to be careful.
Show character sheet. Player health 1. Show deck. End turn. Entrapment. Add 6 snares to your foe's deck. Rummage. Scavenge 1. Shrapnel. Neutral 1. 1 use. Create a bomb. Persistent. Untempered junk item. Common. Brown. Rummage. Shrapnel. Dewire. Discard a card. Add snares to your foe's deck equal to the card's cost. Healing potion. 1 use. Gain. Come get me. Bonus. Dex 1. Gain 1 evasion. Ambush. Me. Bandages. Neutral 1. 1 use. Gain 6 health.
Okay,
persistent.
bandages.
Untempered junk item. Common. Brown. Tooltips. 1 use. This card will be permanently removed from your deck after playing it. Persistent. Cards with persistent. Come get me. Bandages. Neutral 1. 1. You heal 6 health. You gain 1 resilience stacks.
All right, that's really cool. So I was able to use bandage, and I got 6 health back. Ideally, you want to be at your max health after every battle. So you want to build a deck that does have defense, and defense is healing.
Player affliction. Brain pain at the end of your turn. Take 2 damage forever. Come get me. Bonus. Dex. Healing potion. 1 use. Dewire. Discard a card. Add snares to your foot. Shrapnel. Neutral 1. 1 use. Create a bomb. Persistent. Untempered junk item. Common. Brown. Tooltip. Conjure. Bomb. You gain 1 resilience stacks.
So when I activate shrapnel, it turns into a bomb. But you might say, well, that's going to take 3 turns for that bomb to activate. That's true, because bombs have a tick down. It depends on the bomb. So, but I don't need to worry about that, because there's a couple things you can do with bombs. Number 1, you can find a card that activates a bomb when you discard it. Yes, they do exist, and they're so broken. Or you can have an effect that lowers the amount of tick down that the bomb requires. And you can activate a talent, you can accept a talent that makes any bombs that are discarded explode and or be customizable and upgrade. So there's too many ways you can screw your opponent with bombs. I mean, bombs used to be kind of simplistic. I mean, I had a couple of decks that run bombs. They were nice, but they weren't anything that can get to the end game. Oh, but well, you could. But now some of the more intricate, delicate bomb decks can be pretty nasty.
Healing potion. 1 use. Gain 10. Come get me. Dex 1. Gain. Healing. Dewire. Discard a card. Add snares to your foe's deck. Select card. Bomb. Upgrades +2. Neutral 3. Deal star 22 star damage.
Out.
Ready. Bomb. Come get me. Bomb. Upgrades +2. Neutral. Added snare to enemy deck. Added snare to enemy deck. Added snare to enemy deck. Healing potion. 1 use.
So I
Gain 10 health if you are below 50% health.
snares.
Gain 15 health instead item. Come get me. Dex 1. Player affliction. Brain pain at the end of your turn. Player blessing. Evasion 1 stacks when dealt. Player blessing. Resilience 8 stacks when dealt damage. Player equipment. Boots of speed 2 stacks activate to gain 1 haste and reduce the cost of the left. Player equipment. Live wire 4 stacks activate. Add a snare to your foe's deck and upgrade. Player equipment. Flying carpet 1 stacks activate. Gain evasion and reduce the cost of all cards in hand by 1. Entrapment. Player energy.
I don't have any more energy, so I need to use my entrapment, okay? And then we can use our boots in order to turn the other card into a 0 cost.
Player energy. Show character sheet. Player health 100. Show deck. End turn. Entrapment. Add 7 snares. Added snare to enemy deck. 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 Rummage. Scavenge 1. Upgradable. Charges. 3/3 action. Common. Green. Tooltips. Charges. End turn.
That's about as good of an attack with entrapment as you can get. You see, I got about 7 snares and they all go into the opponent's deck. That's not bad. And again, you want to time out. You want to prepare and create a strategy. This is a game about strategy. It's really strategy. It's not a shooter. It's a strategy game. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to utilize these last 2 cards in my hand here.
Rummage. Scavenge 1. Upgradable. Charges. 3/3 action. Common. Green. Tooltip. You heal 1 health. Enemy gained 1 bleeding stacks.
Gave him another bleed. Healed myself for 1.
Come get me. Dex 1. Gain 1 evasion.
Now
Ambush.
this has got
Add 2
a
snares
1
to the foe's deck.
cost, so let's...
Lead pipe. Player affliction. Brain pain at the end of your turn. Player blessing. Evasion 1 stacks when dealt. Player blessing. Resilience 8 stacks when dealt. Player equipment. Boots of speed 2 stacks activate to gain 1. You gained 1 haste stacks.
So I got 1 stack of haste, reducing the cost of the card to my far left of my hand by 1.
Player blessing. Resilience 8 stacks when dealt damage. Healing potion. 1 use. Gain 10 health if you are below. End turn. Healing potion.
Healing
1
potion
use.
got
Gain
in
10
the
health
way.
if you are
Damn
below
it.
50. Come get me. Dex 1. Gain 1 evasion.
Yeah, healing
Ambush.
potion
Add
got
2
in the
snares to the
way.
foe's deck. Reliable action. Common. Great. Lead pipe. Neutral 1. 1 use. Deal
Yeah.
5 damage. On hit.
That got in
Inflict
the
1
way.
dazed. Player affliction. Brain pain at the player blessing. Evasion 1 stacks when dealt melee. Player blessing. Resilience 8 stacks when
Okay,
dealt
can I
damage.
flying
Take 1 less
carpet?
damage per player blessing. Haste 1 stacks reduced. Player equipment. Boots of speed 1 stacks active. Player equipment. Live wire 5 stacks activate. Add a snare to your foe's deck. Player equipment. Flying carpet 1 stacks activate. Gain evasion and reduce the cost of all cards in hand by 1. Deplete. Return flying
I
carpet
kind
to
of
your
messed
hand.
up a little bit because I didn't get an attack card, and I used up the energy, but that's fine. Anything it does is gonna kill it. It has like 1 HP left, and I wasn't really doing an optimized attack on this turn. I was just playing around with my effects because that's how you learn.
Player equipment. Live wire 5 stacks act. Player equipment. Boots of healing potion. Player energy.
Let's just end our turn. We're gonna take some damage because of its card effect. So you have no choice, and I have no way to get rid of these cards unless... Now, if my flying carpet, there is a card called Leg Splint, which reactivates cards' equipment. It's one of my absolute favorite cards. And I love Leg Splint, and that may not be its exact name or pronunciation, but it's basically a card that has like 4 stacks. It's an equipment, and once it's equipped, you got this really cool way of reactivating your equipment once per turn. It's so damn good.
Player energy. Show character sheet. Player health 100. Show deck. End turn. You take 2 damage. You take 2 damage. You take 2 damage. Enemy turn. Enemy playing cards. Brain pain. You gain brain pain enchantment. Snare. Enemy takes 5 damage. 35 left. Enemy gained 3 bleeding stacks. Enemy gained 1 slow stacks. Snare. Enemy takes 2 damage. 33 left. Enemy gained 3 bleeding stacks. Enemy gained 1 slow stacks. Your turn.
So he gained like 40 hit points back on that. So you have to kill him off or he'll just keep healing up. So we're going to focus on killing the fairy now.
End turn. Lead pipe. Neutral 1. 1 use. Grappler. Upgrades +5. Deal star. Healing potion. 1 use. Gain. Grappler. Upgrades +5. Neutral 1. Come get me. Bonus. Pitch. Discard a card. Reduce the player affliction. Brain pain at the end of your turn. Player blessing. Resilience 8. Player affliction. Brain pain at the end of your turn. Take 2 damage for every card remaining in your hand.
Brain pain. I don't want to get hit with that again because he's lowering my HP.
Player blessing. Resilience 8 stacks when player equipment. Boots of speed 1 stacks activate to player equipment. Live wire 5 stacks activate. Added snare to enemy deck. Player equipment. Flying carpet 1 stacks activate. You gain 1 evasion stacks.
Flying carpet has been activated. Now when flying carpet is expended, like you've used all its charges, it pops into your hand, which is awesome. And then you can just reactivate it from your hand. It's just so sweet.
Player equipment. Boots of speed 1 stacks. Player blessing. Evasion 1. Player blessing. Resilience. Flying carpet. Neutral 2. And pitch. Discard a card. Player energy. Dex 1.
Okay, so
Player energy. Dex 1.
we got 1 energy left, so let's be careful here.
Show character sheet. Player health 1. Show deck. End turn. Lead pipe. 1 use. Deal 5 damage.
Let's hit him with...
Enemy takes 5 damage. 28 left. Enemy gained 1 dazed stacks. Enemy takes 19 damage. 9 left.
Oh, he took 19 damage. Because of all the bleeds, he's getting hit like a truck. I forgot that thing. So bleed has been around forever. Bleed's been around since day 1. And bleed means you do a lot of damage. And there's a reason why, but you just read the instructions. You'll figure it out.
End turn. Grappler. Upgrades +5. Deal star 8 star damage. On hit.
Kill him with
Scavenge.
that.
Healing potion. 1 use. Gain 10 health if you are below 50% health.
Sure
Gain 15 health instead item.
Up.
Grappler. Upgrades. Come get me. Bonus. Gain. Pitch. Discard a card. Reduce the player affliction. Brain pain at the end of your turn. Take 2 damage for every grappler. Upgrades +5. Deal star 8 star damage. On hit. Enemy takes 8 damage. 1 left. Enemy takes 18 damage -17 left. Victory. Next.
And again, that's why I have bleed in the deck. Because bleeds can make up for not having a lot of firepower. But yeah, so again, this is my rogue scrap deck. It's incredibly powerful, incredibly fun. I really love it. I'm going to come back tomorrow with another episode. I think I'm going to end right here. We're going on for like 2 hours. So let me come back tomorrow. I'll give you, we're going to get some bonus Dawncaster episodes. I appreciate all of you. Again, you can find a link to the game in my description. Same link station. It's one of my favorite games. It's been in the channel since day 1. It's an awesome game. Please rate the game 5 stars in the App Store. Give the developer some feedback. Let them know that I'm seriously into entertaining you here on Game Double Tap. Check out my description. There's a lot of lovely links there to get you to wherever you need to go. Join the Discord community. And be active. Be part of the solution. As always. Enjoy the rest of your day. Tomorrow, we'll do some more Nexus of Nightmare. And we'll continue to play our Rogue Scrap deck and just have a great time. I'll number these so you know which one is which. So this is going to be Scrappy Rogue? Rogue Scrap? Scrappy Rogue number 1. Scrappy Rogue number 2 tomorrow. It's cute, right? It's like Scrappy. Remember the little dog? Bow, 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 bow. Scrappy Papa! Remember that little doggy from Scooby-Doo? It was Scooby-Doo's nephew, I think. He could talk, but Scooby could talk, but he was like, I'm not gonna get into that arc. I'm not even gonna go there because that's gonna get me into all kinds of trouble. But thank you very much for joining me here today, folks. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Happy hump day. Tomorrow we'll do some more Dawncaster on our normal TCG tactical card game Thursday. All right, but until then, take care.